Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to the SLO City Together Podcast.
Luke's awake today.
I'm so awake. I woke up and I thought, yeah,
I'm ready.
I'm awake. And
It
we're
was
doing
dark
it.
today.
It's dark today?
I mean, it's dark every night, but very dark last. Did you wake up before the sun rose?
Yeah, I did. But then I set my alarm for 6:30, and I did wake up, and the sun was not out yet, I don't believe. And then I did fall back to sleep and woke up again at 7.
Oh,
And that's when I didn't even get up at 7.
yeah.
It was a battle to get out of bed today.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
You know what? I just want you to give yourself credit because you won the battle.
Yeah.
You may be losing the war, but you
Mhm.
won the battle.
Yeah. And that's okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're tired.
It was. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
We're gonna clip that and we're gonna put that on Instagram. Sometimes we're tired.
And that's it. No context.
I was also tired this morning.
Yeah.
We had men's coffee, and sometimes I'm tired.
Yeah.
And when you get up, you're like, oof.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go down to Ojai this Monday morning,
Yeah.
really early. Had to leave for I thought I had to be there 8:30 a.m. Turns out I didn't need to be there till 10 a.m., which talk about
that's a bummer.
a mind bender when you pull into the parking lot and realize you didn't have to get up at 5:30. But I got up at 5:30 and I kind of got ready in the dark because I didn't want to wake up anybody else in the house.
Yep.
And I step into this meeting when it started at 10,
Mm-hmm.
and I looked down and I let cross my legs and I could see my sock and I was like, it's on inside out fully. And some socks, I mean, all socks look weird inside out, but these specific socks I was wearing were very...
There's like a design on them.
Yeah, I was like, oh man. And I looked down and the other people in the meeting looked at my sock as I looked at it and I was like, sorry guys, I got ready in the dark. And I took off my shoe and changed my sock.
In the meeting?
Yeah, I'm pretty professional.
I mean, as long as that's
they
accepted.
they appreciated it. Appreciated it.
Yeah, a little bit of an icebreaker.
It was like, hey, do you want to see my barefoot at 10 a.m.?
Yeah.
And I said, yes.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. What did you do with the hour and a half that you had?
So,
Did you go somewhere?
No, I sat in my car
Hmm.
like a weirdo, and not a weirdo, but outside of the church that I was meeting at, and I worked on some of the ordination stuff for Monday night.
Oh, cool.
So it took me a long time to, because we print ordination certificates.
Yeah.
And every time we come around to an ordination, I totally forget where I made that certificate.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking through Canva, I'm looking through Pages, I'm looking through my email.
Yeah.
I'm looking through downloaded files, and I can't find forever. It took me like 20 minutes. And finally, I don't know where it was, but it was it's called Jet Template, JETTTEMP. And I don't know how I found it originally, but that's where it was.
All right. Well,
so that's what I did. And then had to write some of the ordination stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's cool.
What about you? What did you do while I was...
What did I do between 8:30 and 10 a.m. on Monday? What did I do?
Has your rhythm of waking up changed since being married? Do you guys have a rhythm now?
Really?
No?
The interesting thing is Abby starts her job on this coming Monday.
Oh.
And she's been doing kind of some odd jobs, I guess you would say. She was nannied and basically serves as a caretaker for an older woman out in Morro Bay. So she's done those things. So she hasn't just been doing nothing the whole time. But all that to say, we know that we've known in the 4 or 5 months that we've been married that this is not our lasting rhythms, if that makes sense. So all the rhythms we have are kind of just like a holdover. Even when she starts, she trains on day shifts. And then after about, I think 2 months, she goes to night shifts indefinitely. And that's going to be like her.
So there's little iterations of change that you're going to have to deal with.
Exactly. So we've kind of been waiting on some of those dominoes to fall to find our rhythms. But all that to say, my rhythms haven't really changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, especially in terms of like get up a morning routine, which is good. So there comes adjustment of, just communicating expectations about what those times look like. I'm a much more introverted person. And so, especially in the mornings, I might say, like to,
here's my expectation that you do not speak to me.
Do not talk to me.
Do not speak
until 8:30. No, I usually get up before her anyway. So there is kind of some built-in time that I might have to myself. So it works out. But
yeah. No, how do you communicate those expectations? Do you write them down? Do you speak them?
The Post-it note on the fridge. Here's when you can speak.
That sounds so bad.
It does. And it is
because Luke's not like that.
No.
Does Abby have expectations that she communicates?
Yeah, she definitely does. Okay. Not necessarily in those regards. Well, maybe it's the opposite. Whereas I really enjoy time to myself, and especially if that is like quiet time with God, I let you know. I like having those as a personal time, but she also likes incorporating us doing something together on occasion. And so that's kind of where her expectations come into play, is she might say, hey, I want to do that at some point this week. Whereas I don't know if I'd say I'm a creature of habit, or if I'm just not, whatever it is. If it's like Monday morning and I'm going to have my quiet time and she's up at the same time and she's like, let's do this together, I have a harder time saying yes to that in the moment, because I've already had my mind set on what I'm about to do.
Yeah. You're like,
so
you need to tell me that expectation before this moment.
Exactly. So,
which is why, we work so well together.
We do work well together.
I know we do. But I'm not necessarily okay. I'm more spontaneous as well.
You're more
like, let's do this right now.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait.
And it takes me a minute to catch up.
So in some respects, how your relationship with Abby is kind of like mimics our working relationship.
In some ways, yeah. Well, it is interesting. There are a lot of, like, when you start noticing your relational dynamics, you do know a lot of like parallels around you, even if that is other couples. I feel like most couples that we know are very similar. One person is very extroverted and spur of the moment. And I wouldn't even say Abby's like spur of the moment. I think she's actually a better planner than I am. But anyway, I think a lot of the people around us...
She's more comfortable with spontaneity.
Yeah, for sure. I always say, we actually, at our last marriage group that we did, the first prompt around dinner was, what's a superpower your spouse has? And mine was that Abby is she's kind of like always down for whatever, even if it wasn't her original thing. Like if she suggests something and I'm not necessarily up for it, but I suggest something else, she's still like, yeah, let's do that. So she's just very flexible, adaptable, spur of the moment, which is really an awesome.
What was your superpower? Predictability?
She said, and this was kind of funny. She said, I'm very good at resting. Which what you're thinking was also my first response. And later
she was like, no, it's actually like deep.
Yeah. Later it came up again and I said, I do feel like I need to say, I do work very hard. But when I do rest, I try to be very intentional.
I do it well. That's funny.
Yeah. And then I'll say this too. Hopefully she's okay. Of course she's fine with me sharing this. Most people took it seriously. Everyone took it seriously. But I thought of one that was funny, and I said, I'm going to lead with that, and then I'll say something serious. My one that was funny was, I was like, Abby has the ability to make the food on her plate disappear in a moment. She eats very quickly, and she knows it.
Yeah, you eat very slowly, though.
I do eat very slowly.
Very slowly.
So that's part of the contrast.
Yeah. Not to criticize you, but...
No, I don't think it's a criticism. I think
lunch with Luke is a commitment.
That's why I try to ask the questions, because I know it's going to take me longer to eat.
That's why you got to go to a restaurant that the food comes out quick.
Fast
Eddie's.
There it is. But the funny thing is, no one really laughed, because it's people. We knew everyone pretty much going into it, but not well. There's like two couples I'd say we know well. Are you
shaming your wife? Are you food shaming your wife?
Like, what is he? Yeah. but eventually we got there.
Okay, good.
So
That's good.
but it's been an interesting thing I feel like we knew those things about each other going into marriage, so it hasn't been like a big, like, what? Luke needs his space sometimes. And, but yeah, it just changes the dynamic when you're married and living together and having to actually practice those things each and every day.
Yeah.
But it's
interesting. We're doing a pre-marriage class right now. This is week 2 is tonight. And we're hitting like conflict and communication. And we're walking through like the animals representative of like, there's like the tortoise and the, Labrador and the, all those, that's Myers-Briggs. There's the owl. There's the, I can't remember all of them right now.
Yeah.
I don't have my papers, but it'll be fun to see where the conversation goes with that. But it just gets me, even you just sharing about expectations and stuff, just like how your marriage starts and like how it changes and morphs over time with like different pressures or changes or life circumstances or expectations or, and just been interesting thinking about all those things with marriage. And it's fun, back to my original statement, it's fun seeing couples who are like dreaming about marriage who have never talked about these things, never talked about expectations of like, we haven't even thought about what it's going to be like who needs alone time and who does. So it's, those are fun seasons.
Yeah, for sure.
So
is that the way that group works? Is it, you guys kind of present a thought for a few minutes and then give them time to discuss? Or is it large group discussion? How does it work?
The format of the nights? Yeah. So we kind of kick it off with like, icebreakers, and then we'll talk about, we'll honestly, a lot of it's from personal experience, and we'll walk through some things that we've learned or like our communication style or, a lot of it's awareness, but then we'll send them out to do like a boot camp or work. Like last week they did like a family tree of like, it wasn't a family tree of dysfunction necessarily, but it did highlight a genogram, like how our family of origin impacts us. And then we give them questions. So then once they're done with that personal project, they come together, they talk about it. And then we pull the big group and we say, what'd you see? What'd you hear? What'd you feel?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like, and then we'll come back, we'll teach another principle or idea, and then we'll, send them into a discussion at their tables, just the two of them.
Yeah.
And so night one's always a little bit more quieter. Night 2 will be a lot more engaging because I think people have experienced it. So tonight there's a lot. There's like love languages and conflicts, like conflict styles, communication, working through all that. There's a lot of content, and then there's homework.
Oh, that's cool.
Then we like say take a date night and talk about this week, and Jenna has done a great job organizing it all. Yeah. So
that's cool. So you said it's mostly personal experience. Does that mean like, do you have a source or something that you're pulling from for?
Sorry, not
content?
Mainly personal experience. I'm trying to look up. It's like, it's tools and resources and things that we've pulled from different, whether it's Symbis or whether it's Gottman Institute or whether it's stuff that we've come across in the past 20 plus years. Yeah. We've just kind of compiled and then organized into there's like a 4 horsemen of the apocalypse I'm going to teach, tonight just personally. And then we bring in our personal experience of like, here's where I've seen, the dangers of, I think the 4 horsemen, one of them is like stonewalling. Yeah. So here's how I've seen stonewalling in, our relationship or even in me, like how I noticed, and if I don't address, so we just kind of walk through that stuff. Yeah. So
that's cool. At what point, if there was a point, do you feel like you and Jenna were able to adequately walk through pre-marriage counseling with couples? Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
Like how long after you were married? Because I feel like, like 6 months in, you're still figuring, marriage, like you're constantly learning, right? But like 6 months in, it's like you guys are still figuring out a lot of things. So, probably we weren't doing it
10, I think probably, let's see, we got married in 2004
Mm-hmm.
and it's 2026. My guess is probably around 15 years.
Wow.
15 years in.
Yeah.
I think we could have done it sooner.
Yeah.
I felt like, you know, with like our stage of life, like I think our confidence, not that our confidence and our ability to pass along wisdom hit like a tipping point at like 15, probably 13 to 15 years.
Yeah.
Which I think, you know, we could have done it earlier,
Yeah,
but it was like
sure.
our confidence was there, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's where I think that would be my answer.
That's cool.
And now it's been cool because now, like in a group setting and one-on-ones, I feel like we lean well off of each other. And
Yeah.
one-on-one premarital is a lot more intense,
Yeah.
like and a lot more deep and a lot like, and so that's been really cool to do with Jenna as well, because then we find like, oh man, you said this. And then, you know, we asked this question and I was like, and then we'll walk out and be like, what do you think about us in that? You know, like, so you're kind of teaching and mentoring someone else, but you're also like encouraging one another. So it's been cool. It's been cool for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I could totally see how that's probably enables a lot of self-reflection or
yeah.
reflection
Even like
in
in
the
the
relationship.
Even in the prep, you're like, oh man, we need to dial this up.
Yeah.
You know,
Or things that maybe you were intentional about in the past, or things that you do value that you haven't realized. Yeah, well, we've gotten away from that a little bit and want to refine that process.
Yeah.
So. Well, that's really cool.
That was a long talk about marriage.
It was.
We weren't even planning that.
No.
Did you have a plan for this?
No.
Okay.
I never do.
All right. Well, we're back though.
You know, sometimes we talk about news stories.
Yeah.
And the news story I read today is that there is an increase of bear attacks in Japan. I'm not making this up.
Why?
Well, that's the point of the article was, I think it was called, Why Are Bears Attacking People in Japan? It was a Vox article.
Think people are trying to take pictures too closely?
No, it's not.
More people are camping?
No. In fact,
They don't use bear boxes?
there were some interesting things about how apparently fewer people live in rural areas
Yes.
than they used to. So
The bears are hungrier.
the bears are hungrier. There's not like farming and vegetation
Oh,
that they
really?
would have fed off of in those rural
Oh.
areas. So they're making their way closer to suburban or even urban areas in
They're
some
like,
cases.
if you don't grow me food, I'm going to eat you as food.
Yeah, kind of.
Really?
That apparently there was a bear that actually, I think it was north of Tokyo,
Wow.
entered a grocery store and like ransacked the sushi area, knocked over avocados. And so that's part of it. Apparently, hunting is way less common.
Wow.
It's like 50% fewer licensed hunters since the 70s. But and they were like, that might be part of it, but they believe the overarching thing is like climate change, global warming.
Of course.
And I don't honestly remember what their explanation was for that. Like, how does that make bears?
Too hot up here.
I guess. I don't know. Well, there's more smog in the city. Let's go there.
You mean you guys
cooler.
have refrigeration?
But it was
Can
interesting.
I ask a question?
You can, indeed.
Where do you find a news article like that?
I'm glad you asked. So it was on the Vox, Vox,
Okay.
the news
Yeah.
company website.
All right.
And I don't actually, the only reason I was on Vox was to do their crossword. I was there for a crossword and I looked over top 5 stories of the day. Number 2, why are bears attacking people
And
in
that got
Japan?
you. And that
it
got
did.
you. It got you.
I really like bears. It's probably my
And
favorite.
you like
animal.
Japan.
Yeah, and I don't like when bears attack people, to be clear.
But you like that. You like that.
I wanted to know why.
With
Why are
all
they
that's
attacking
going on in the
people?
world, war, all this stuff.
Yeah,
You
I
read
don't
an
read about
article about bears attacking people in Japan at a higher rate.
Exactly.
Yep.
So that's what I did today.
All right.
That's what got me awake. I thought I'll do my crossword. I'll read this article about bear attacks.
Could you imagine more bear? Yeah.
Yeah.
Bears are attacking because less people are growing food in Japan in the
Well,
woods.
ultimately, it's climate change is what they said. But there are factors of less population in rural areas,
Yeah.
so less farming, and fewer hunters that are, killing the bears.
And
hunting the
Japan's
bears.
pretty landlocked. There's nowhere for the bears to go, so they got to go in to the city.
It's it's the
Not
opposite.
not landlocked, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. It's an island, so they can't disperse
Waterlogged.
off the island.
Yeah.
Waterlogged, sea locked.
Sea locked.
What's the word?
It's an island.
It
How
is
did the
an
bears
island.
get there? I wonder if they migrated there a long time, or were they shipped in?
Yeah.
Maybe
That
when
is
the seas
how-
were drained.
Yeah, so long ago. That is how there aren't any natural mammals in New Zealand. You may have even heard Levi talk about this. They have a big possum population.
Yeah.
Possums and raccoons and
2 animals I
like
can't
weasels.
3 animals I can't stand.
Yeah.
In New Zealand?
In New Zealand,
Oh.
and they were all brought rats. They're all brought on ships. They're not
because
they're not
they
native.
came through
They're
the
invasive
ships.
species. Yeah, through Europeans.
So they're just rampant out there.
Yeah, and
Possums.
so people told us that if you see a possum on the road, don't avoid it. Just go ahead and
Hit it.
and run that thing over,
That's
which
not
is a
very
little
ni-
bit gruesome.
It's not very
I
nice.
apologize
Yeah.
if you love possums.
Yeah. They're actually, I think
And
possums.
we didn't do that. We didn't hit any possums.
Did I hear that possums eat? They're like good for something. They do something. They like mitigate some kind of pest, or although they are a pest.
Right. But there's
Ticks.
probably not.
They eat ticks.
Really?
Yes. Which they've got such big teeth to eat ticks.
Yeah. Surely you could find something hardier.
I feel like they should be anteaters if they're eating, like an anteater that would eat ticks.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is a very productive, and I think the marriage conversation was good. But
Yeah. I've come to realize with this podcast, it's really just a conversation.
it is a conversation.
And there's always some built-in significance, and there's always
There
some
is.
built-in
Yeah.
whimsy, if you will,
whimsical moments.
and reflection on mammals.
When Levi and Nadia were here from New Zealand,
Yeah.
they flipped out when seeing otters
Oh.
and elephant seals.
Oh.
They were like, I cannot believe that you live in a place. They're
Really?
like, you have to pay big money to go see that otter in a cage in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Like, and they're like, you guys don't even know how crazy this is. And
That's
we don't.
interesting.
I remember the first time seeing otters and elephant seals up the coast and was
Yeah.
like, is this National Geographic?
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
It is
So,
pretty crazy.
but they were very excited.
That's cool.
Like, audibly physical reaction.
Yeah.
Like,
Cheering for the otters. Yes. It is I've always, before going to New Zealand, I mean, I guess I found this out before we left for it, but you think about Australia and they have all the wildlife, right?
Mhm.
Kangaroos and
Mhm.
wallabies and koalas and whatever else. And like the 9 most
Dingoes,
venomous
too.
Snakes, dingoes.
I did read can I interrupt you?
Yeah, of course.
I did read an article about how a dingo pack killed someone in Australia.
Oh, wow.
Which dingoes are like little dogs.
Yeah, like coyotes almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to be killed by a pack of little dogs.
Shameful? Is that what you're
I'm not saying it's shameful because I think they're wild, but it's painful.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
getting killed by any animal is painful, but
Yeah.
a bunch of little dogs
Yeah,
might be the worst way to die.
it could be. It's definitely, yeah.
It's one of the
Definitely
worst
not
ways.
one you want on your tombstone, which I
No.
guess they don't put that on your tombstone.
We also said back in the West Nile virus days, what a way to die.
Yeah.
How'd you die? Died. My grandfather died in the war. I died like, some epic thing,
Yeah.
died of old age. How'd you die? I died of a mosquito bite.
Mosquito.
Sorry. This is getting off the rails.
It's getting off the rails. But New Zealand, while they do have wildlife, it's not the same abundance and type of wildlife. Like they don't have any snakes. They don't have any they don't have any natural native mammals.
Mhm.
That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
They have lots of cool birds.
They do have,
So if you like birds,
and they have hobbits.
New Zealand's the place. They do have hobbits.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Hey, there's a lot that we haven't hit,
Yeah,
and we don't have much time.
it's okay.
But I think a couple things are of note. Commitment Sunday happened, and Celebration Sunday is coming
Yeah.
with the Rooted campaign. Commitment Sunday was super special.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a lot going on. A
Yeah.
lot going on, which is probably why you felt a little sleepy today.
And the time change.
And
I did
that's
that
right.
already. Yeah.
The time change.
Say it takes like 2 weeks to
That is
adapt
true. That is true.
to losing 1 hour.
In a weird way, though, our family has been getting up earlier
Really?
with the time change.
Huh.
And I wonder if it's because we're going to bed earlier.
Or if it's just your cycle is
Yeah.
off, but that wouldn't make sense either.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But everybody's been waking up earlier, which is odd.
That is
Yeah,
weird.
I do.
There needs to be a study
This one's
done on
the
your
worst
family.
one. Swing forward's way worse than
It's
fallback.
terrible. Fallback's awesome.
Yeah. And actually, the day before the time change, I was like, hey, we get an extra hour of sleep. And everybody's like, you're reading that wrong.
Yeah,
And so
that's tough.
luckily, you preached on time change.
Yeah, I did notice that. I thought, this feels intentional.
Can I be honest? I had no idea.
I know you did.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's all good.
But I'm glad you did it.
Thanks. Yeah, so Celebration Sunday is coming up this Sunday.
Yeah.
What can someone expect? What is Celebration
We're just going to
Sunday?
celebrate.
Cool.
We're just going to celebrate. Celebration Sunday is when we share the amount of financial pledges made to the Rooted campaign. And I think it's a milestone. Commitment Sunday was a milestone, but this is a milestone moment for the church to say, like, guys, like, God has done this in us and through us, and we've all bound together, and this is what's coming.
Mhm.
So, did you get the information from Andrew?
I don't have the numbers yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we're still compiling the numbers.
Yeah, I think, he said he needed another
Another
day or two.
another hour or two.
Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so so I'm excited about that. I think it's we're gonna walk through. I don't know if I was sharing this with you.
Mm-hmm.
I was sharing this with you
Yeah.
about March. Like, the significance of March in
Yeah.
the history of our church has been pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
We decided to move to SLO in March of 2018 or 17. I can't remember
You
which one.
decided, or that's when you did move?
That's like when we decided.
Oh, okay, cool.
That was decision day. It was
Okay.
March 17th, 20. I think it's 17.
Wow.
Or maybe I can't remember.
Almost 10 years ago.
Almost.
9 years ago.
Yeah, we were just comfortable to lead pre-marriage groups just before then.
Yeah.
And then, there's some significant things that happened in March of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think we had our first Easter service in March that year
Really?
on a Saturday
Early
night
March?
at Johnson Avenue Church of Christ.
Hmm.
And then March of 2020, COVID happens. And then March of 2020, there's a lot happening in between. There's some other good significant things in March. But then last March, we did Vision Sunday and we talked about Joshua
Yeah.
moving through the raging rapids with the people, like with the nation,
Mm-hmm.
and how the presence of God led them, and not until their feet touched the water did the water stop.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're gonna come back to that this Sunday for Celebration Sunday.
And we got an eviction notice
And we got an eviction notice the
last
week
March.
right after that sermon,
Yeah.
which is crazy. I was listening to it yesterday on a run. I'm like, man, in that message on March 8th, which was Time Change Sunday, I said, we have an email out. We have a letter to the owner of this building that we're moving on.
Yeah.
And so here we go.
Yeah.
And then the next day, the owner said no, and the city kicked us out
Yeah.
that same week, which is kind of crazy. Not that same week. We got a notice that it was it that week?
I thought so.
Anyway, crazy stuff. I don't think so. I think we got a letter. No, we got a letter that said no, and then we got like
Wasn't the eviction notice Ash Wednesday?
no, the eviction notice was after Easter, because that's when, remember, we did the Revelation series and Mark Moore preached, and it was 2 weeks after Easter. We got a letter from the city that said, hey, we're doing some things and you got to know that maybe it's 90 days. We got a precursor to the
The
eviction
Revelation
notice.
series is when we moved, though.
Yeah, after Easter.
Yeah, in May. But that means we got the eviction notice.
No, we got a notice.
Or I guess I guess I don't mean eviction, but
Yeah.
we were given like a 90-day.
Yeah, and then they
Notice.
were like, you guys are fine through the summer.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, it was like,
Yeah.
actually, you're not fine.
Yeah.
You have to leave
tomorrow.
today.
Yeah.
Today. So that was fun.
There it is.
Look,
So March.
March.
The
And so
significant
I don't
March.
even know where I was going,
That's
but
okay.
Celebration Sunday, it's
Mhm.
March now. So
Yeah.
it's significant.
Yep. It's true.
and we're going to share about, we're going to celebrate a moment of like God doing something in us, which is cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
It will be fun.
And we've got Easter coming up.
At
Easter
the Pack. 2 Good Friday services.
At the offices. 6 p.m. and 8 p.m.
Yeah.
We were talking yesterday too. We expect an even greater number of people at Easter this year because it is not tied to either Cal Poly or San Luis Coastal spring break.
Right.
So if you're a regular listener of this podcast and regular attender,
please come to 7:30 a.m. service.
Yeah.
Or
10:30.
Or 10:30.
Preferably 7:30.
Yeah.
But
sunrise service.
We do expect 9 a.m. to be quite full.
We're trying to provide breakfasts for 7:30 attendees.
Yeah. If you come at 7:30, we will likely
give you breakfast.
Yeah. So if that's not incentive,
and Luke will give you
a
high five, and maybe some marriage advice.
Well, I'll have only been married.
Yeah, when are you going to hit the
months.
point though where you can start doling out advice?
Yeah, probably 10 years in, 10 to 13.
I don't think we were all so young.
That's true.
I mean, I was barely 21 when we got married.
Yeah.
So some of that is like life age and stage too of like just, and you know, how I felt as a person. Jenna was probably way equipped to do it, but I felt, I don't know, some of that's like working out internal insecurities too.
Yeah, I get that.
Luke, this was nice.
Yeah.
Thank you for hosting this podcast.
Of course. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Jordan senses grievances.
Yeah, grievances.
That's the word.
Jordan will not listen.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
All right.
Okay, it's been great talking with you. Have a lovely Wednesday or whatever day you listen to this on. Yep. And we hope to see you this Sunday for celebration.
See ya.
It's going to be good. See ya.
See ya.